Hello, hello, hello there, the world. This is Rob Cootie, the owner, founder, creator of the MLM Solution, and I want to welcome you to today's broadcast. What are we going to cover today? We are going to cover something very important. This is, once again, when the rubber meets the road. And what is that? The subject for today is going to be know and establish your 90-day goals. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the importance of that to your success in this business, why it's critical that you understand how to do this, do it correctly, and then execute said process. With that being said, let's go. All right. Man, I'm glad to be here. Today's February 26, 11:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome, world. Again, before we get started in our broadcast, thank everybody for following us, watching our videos, commenting, sharing. Those things are happening, and we are very excited about that. We're glad that you guys are doing that. And we pray that you guys will continue to share and to follow us, and more importantly, utilize this information to make 2020 your best year ever and to set up a wonderful future for you and your family. Now, that being said, please hit a thumbs up on this video as we're doing it. That way you can help us out and you can get the information out to other people. Also, comment. Remember, you can comment during this broadcast, and you can make comments to where I can reply. Now, you got to bear with me because I'm the producer and the actual presenter. So being both can kind of be a challenge. And the software is really good and easy to use, but there can be a delay and there can be a mistake. So please give us a thumbs up. If you like the content, please share our video and our content on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page, our Twitter account, and we do have a LinkedIn account. I posted to that this morning. That being said, if you want to find us on any of the platforms, please go and use hashtag TheMLMSolution, hashtag TheMLMSolution. And that way you can find us on any of those platforms. As you can see, Nina, the cat, has decided to join us. And once again, we have the doggies that you guys always ask about. And now we have Oliver and Sophie. That way you can see the little black and white Shih Tzu back there. I took Luke and Lily to the dentist this morning, and they are going to be picked up this afternoon. And that always makes me a little nervous because anytime they put older dogs under to do their teeth, there's always a chance. And I'll always cross my fingers, cross my legs, cross my eyes, and anything else I can cross, and say a prayer all at the same time that they will come out of that anesthesia okay. It makes me a little nervous. Anyway, let's get this show rolling, won't we? You guys are ready to go like I am. Let's get this subject matter. Yes. All right, that's the official start of the show. Here we go. All right, our subject matter today is going to be that 90-day. We're going to be know and establish your 90-day goals. Why is that important? As we said, we started on Monday where we talked about the rubbers finally meeting the road. Last week, we talked about the basics. Over those 5 days, we laid out 5 basic things that you got to do before you even take the first step towards building your business. Then Monday, Tuesday, and then today, we are doing the rubber meets the road process. Folks, this is where the meat of the bone, meat is on the bone. This is where you actually use these steps to build the process, to build your business. This is the process. And these are the things we're always telling you about, the basic fundamental principles of the business building process. You guys can sink your teeth into this. You don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't have to second guess. These things we're teaching you, as we said before, have been around for 60 plus years. They are behind the success of people at all levels in this industry. So with that being said, let's get going. 90-day goals. You want to know and establish your 90-day goals, okay? And why do you want to do that? Well, you want to do that because it's going to give you it's going to give you and your downline focus. It's going to give them a purpose. It's going to give them motivation and excitement, because they're, for once, they have a clear path right in front of them on what they need to do to reach their 90-day goals. And we talked about the importance of setting those 90-day goals. On this broadcast, we put this, after today's broadcast, we'll put this video up on our blog, okay? And you guys need to go to the blog, but here's why. Because you're going to be able to download, I'm going to put the graph, and I'm going to put the chart, and I'm going to put the step-by-step guide on the area where today's video is going to be posted. That is free to you. You can look at that at your leisure. You can use that immediately. You're going to be able to look at that and say, I get it. I now understand what he's talking about. And folks, this gives you a clear path to success. Look, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Let me give you a stat that's eye-opening and shocking at the same time, and it can be reassuring as well. Look, science says only 8% of the people actually achieve their goals. Why? Because they're terrible at doing 7 simple things to make those goals a reality. Well, what are we doing here? We're teaching you the 5 simple steps, not 7, 5 simple steps to networking success in 90 days or less. Using these 5 simple steps, folks, when you see these 5 simple steps, which we're going to teach you very shortly, because that's the essence of the business building process. But here's the thing. You have to realize that if you don't set goals and you don't know how to achieve those goals, you're going to be part of the 92% that are going to fail, okay? And it can be as high as 95 or 97%. You say, well, how do people succeed in network marketing? Because they know what to do. We talked about that. I'm not going to rehash that. The professional business builders, know how this business works. They know the numbers, and they know what they have to do. All that's left is for them to use their talents and abilities to apply it to a proven business building process, which we're teaching you right now. So you have 8%. And what that's saying is, across the board, no matter what industry you're in, science says only 8% of the people actually achieve their goals, because they don't know how to set goals. And if you go to the Inc. 5000 website, you will see this individual here, Marcel. He wrote this article based on proven scientific evidence that if people use these 7 things, they greatly enhance their chances of achieving their goals. Well, that's what Paul and I are doing. If you take these 5 steps, apply your talents and abilities and work ethic behind these 5 simple steps, and I'm telling you, they're simple. They're so simple your mom could do them, and I can say that with confidence because my mom did them. And when my mom did them, she was in her 60s. I was so proud of her, okay? And she said, well, is that all I got to do? And I said, yeah, Mom, that's all you have to do. And she was blown away. She said, I can do that. That's easy. Those aren't hard. And she did, and I was so proud of her. Still am, okay? So if my mom can do them, and I've seen other moms do them, the bottom line is you guys can do them too. But we'll talk about those a little bit. First, we have to keep focused on the simple things first and the basics. And this is, look, you got to establish your 90-day goals. As I said, for those just joining the broadcast, and give a thumbs up and comment, if you will, and let us know that we're hitting the mark with you on this. But here's the thing. Look, we're going to put on the blog, located here, the documents that I'm referring to in this broadcast. They give you a clear path, the step-by-step guide, the graph, and the goal sheet. All of that is going to be there. I'm going to post this video and those documents after the show, within an hour after the show, up on the blog located here. It's going to be in page 3. So if you go to page 3, you're going to find this video and you're going to find those documents. Okay, and it's going to, when you fill that out, when you look at it, you're going to be, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I've been looking for. This establishes that clear path. And as I said, look, not only does it give you focus and motivation and a purpose, because for the first time, you don't have to ask your sponsor, you don't have to ask your leaders, what do I do next? Hey, I got a question. How do I do this? Well, what does this mean? All of it is laid out right there. And that gives you confidence. And here's the thing, it's based on the 60 plus years of success at all levels in this industry. So you know it works. There's no second guessing. There's no apprehension on your part. You can literally set your goals and know for the first time in a long time that you have a realistic chance of achieving those goals, greatly enhancing your chances of doing something special in 2020 with this business model, this amazing business model. Look, all you guys are missing is the knowledge. That's all you're missing. We're giving that to you right now, free. We're not charging you for any of this. We do this out of passion. We do this out of love. We do it because we're advocates for this industry, and we love people, and we're tired of people misleading you with half truths and just flat out lies. Okay, and as you know, I have the old red flag, and I'm going to get me a daggone gavel too. And we throw the red flag when people are lying to you. You know, that foul, foul, foul. No, you can't say that. That's not true. The facts prove otherwise. And as we always tell you guys, and as we provide the documents, our stuff is based on facts so that you can trust it. And we ask people, look, judge it yourself. Don't listen to us. Don't listen to our mouths. We're not going to give you any fake testimonials from people you don't know. Okay? If the person that shared this information with us doesn't mind their name being out, we share the people's names that we learned this from, because we want you to know this wasn't something that we sat in a dark closet drinking a beer and me and Paul laughing and coming up with crazy schemes to tell you guys. That's so far from the truth, it's not even funny. The bottom line is we use these same things, the things we talk about right now. What blows us away is that it's not taught to you guys. So let's stay focused here, right? Because what we want to do is we want to make sure that you guys get a firm grasp while you're spending your valuable time on with us on this broadcast. Okay. Now, I want to make this perfectly clear. Your 90-day goals coincide with the 90-day mini blast business building tactic that the professionals use. We talk about the 90-day mini blast all the time. It automatically happens. When you do the 5 simple steps, the 90-day mini blast automatically happens. And what happens is that when you know and establish your 90-day goals, you have set the course for that 90-day mini blast. And when you go out there and start building your business, and you're finding prospects, and you're talking to people, and you're moving forward, and if you say to yourself, and you put down on your, as part of your goals, look, I want to talk to 10 people a day. And that may be ambitious to some of you, but I promise you that's very achievable. I did that and many more. Now, I'm not a superstar. Okay, I'm just an everyday guy that got out there, and guess what? I was scared. There is no doubt. I was an introvert when I started in this industry. I could not fathom talking to people, especially people I didn't know. But you know what? I wanted the lifestyle so bad that I was willing to grow as a person and overcome my fears and get out there. And they said, you got to talk to 10 people a day. And I said, well, crap, if I got to talk to 10 people a day, and I said, well, how long, if I do that, how long will it take me to build this business? Because look, I want my lifestyle tomorrow. I don't want to wait. I wasn't very patient, but I didn't grasp the business model. I didn't grasp the whole concept and the time frame and the hard work that was going to go into it. So, they said, well, Rob, if you do 10 people a day, it'll take you basically XYZ time frame. I was like, no, man, that's too long. I'm not doing that. I'm going to double. I'm going to talk to 20 people a day. And their eyes got big. Dude, if you do 20 a day, you'll be a superstar. I said, well, are you kidding me, right? Talking to 20 people a day is being a superstar? I didn't get it. I didn't, because I talk to people all the time. Now, when the wife and I, wherever we go, the wife's like, will you please stop? Because I'll talk to anybody about anything. Without getting off topic here, I remember one day I was at the grocery, and I'm cutting up with people all the time. And being a Louisville Cardinal fan, I saw another lady that had a Louisville Cardinal outfit on. And so I stopped her, and I said, oh, man, we got to talk about the team and everything. And we got to talk about the school. And she said, well, I went to U of L, and I went to law school. And then from there, I went to University of Virginia. And she said, then there, I went and became a professor at University of Virginia. And she said, from there, I went on to become a Rhodes Scholar. And I was like, oh, cool. We were talking back and forth. Here's me and this Rhodes Scholar talking. And then we ventured off into politics and life. And we stood in that spot, that one aisle, for an hour. The wife went on shopping and came back. And she goes, you two were still talking. We're like, yeah, we had a ball. Now, I tell you that because, look, I talk to people all the time. I mean, I meet new people all the freaking time about anything. And if I can, where I learned that? Through this industry. When I first started, I was an introvert. I couldn't talk to anybody. But because I wanted the results so bad and I wanted the lifestyle, I knew I had to change. And that change came through forced entry into a extroverted world, but also reading and self-help. And I always tell you guys, I'm a big believer in self-help. I think it's got a negative connotation. I'm not going to get off subject here, but the bottom line is it was part of my growth, and I got to give it credit, right? So don't get blown away by the numbers. Understand that they happen, especially in today's world. You have the technology, you have proven online lead generation systems. And as I told you before, Paul and I are working on a lead site that I developed years ago that just blew me out of the water. Did not expect the results I got. It is absolutely phenomenal. And I had people all across the world contact me offering to buy that site from me, begging me to make it live. I didn't even advertise the site. I didn't do any SEO. I didn't do any paid advertising. I put it up for my purpose because I was looking to come back in the industry. And then I realized that technology would give me leverage, would give me an advantage in reaching out to the world to prospect people about the opportunity I was looking at. And I said, okay, you know what? Because I'm a website builder too. I do all the coding and all that other crap, which I don't do anymore, but I used to. And man, that's intensive. But here's the thing. I was doing it back in the primitive days. Guys, this was a long time ago. I hired a guy, I think it was in India, or I can't remember where he was. And he put this site together. Him and I worked on together. Blew me away. Absolutely. And I've, like I said, I've had people look at it since, and they're like, Rob, that is top notch. The reason I haven't brought it out is because back then, and even recently, within the last 3 years, the security was an issue. The bandwidth was an issue. The everyday maintenance was an issue, and it was cost prohibitive to maintain a site like that, because you would have thousands upon thousands of people using it, wanting to do what? To develop a constant source of high quality leads that are pre-qualified for any opportunity. Doesn't matter whether it's network marketing or whatever. Imagine that. And you imagine the bandwidth that was going to be taken up. You can imagine the maintenance that comes with something like that. But Paul and I, because technology has advanced and we've kept up with technology, and I've built the site in secret online with the new technology to test it, because hackers have so many ways of getting into it. And the bottom line is, guys, is that we are going to be bringing it looks very promising, very promising. Matter of fact, I talked to a family member who owns his own web developing company, and we met at a wedding, and I told him, and he said, Rob, get with me. I can make that happen for you. So here's the thing. Think about it. You guys are learning about something that could change the way leads are generated online. I've had people say, Rob, I've used every online lead generation system that's available, and yours is by far the best. It's not even close. I want to use yours. Please bring it out. So the bottom line is that if the technology allows, and if we're able to pull this off, the only thing that's left is a challenge. It's a replication process where you have one, Paul has one, I have one, and you can put a unique domain on each one of those sites. The back office training, you would not believe how you can keep up with your prospects, how we identify them. It is amazing. And the great thing is that when you do your follow-up, the people know who you are. They've seen your videos on this site. They heard your voice. They saw your mannerisms. They already have a visual connection with you. So when you follow up, they know why you're calling. They feel comfortable with you as a person. How many people do you think? How great will your chances increase when you follow up with a person that's that pre-qualified? I'd say that you're going to sponsor a lot of high quality people with a system like that. So meeting 10 people a day is not going to be hard in the near future. It's not hard now. You have lead generation systems out there, even though they may not be as good as that one, that still work, folks, because look, you got to realize the Bill Britts of the world, the Dexter Yeagers of the world, if you don't know who they are, you got to go and read some books about network marketing. The Mark Yarnells of the world, the Richard Calls of the world. I could go on and on. The Jerry Campeses. Folks, they didn't have fax machines. They didn't have, all they had was phones. And they built some of the largest network marketing businesses of all time. Still around, still huge. Okay, so you can't say that I can't do it because I don't have that lead generation site. Yes, you can do it. I remember doing it. And Paul and I were doing it in the primitive times. But here's the thing, guys, if you're committed to finding the people and you use our message, and I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to reveal the music to their ears message. And you're going to be blown away how simple it is, but yet how powerful it is, how it's chocked full of the key words that will have high quality prospects on the edge of their seat wanting to know more. Once again, increasing your chances of sponsoring such a person in a dramatic way. Here's the thing. You combine that message with the system that we're teaching you guys, the 5 simple steps. You combine that with a lead generation system. How can you be denied success? Okay, you're going to be part of the 8%, the 3%, the 5%ers instead of the 92%ers, the failures. All that's left is for you to apply your effort, your hard work, your time, your commitment, your abilities, and your talents. And if you do that, I'm telling you, you're going to have a very realistic chance of doing something special. I'm not just talking about being successful. I'm talking about being special, doing something special in this business. And once you got this business rolling, it becomes fun and exciting. You can't wait to get up the next day to keep it going. And you're going to learn how to overcome the challenges. Every business has a challenge. What do you think we do? We share our knowledge and experience of those challenges so you can either avoid them altogether, which is what you want to do, or if you do have that challenge, how to overcome it. Where are you going to get that training? No place else. So here's the thing. Know and establish your 90-day goals, because that coincides, as I said, with the 90-day mini blast. Where is it? No, where? Oh, did I have it up? I did it. No. Okay, bear with me. As I said, duh. Yeah, I told you, being the moderator and the producer is not a good thing to do. Anyway, your 90 days are going to coincide with a 90-day mini blast. You're going to be an unbelievable business building machine, a focused business building machine. You can hear my phone. I apologize. I thought I turned it off. The thing is that you want to make sure that you set realistic goals. And if you use those documents that we provide as guidance, and we also have a training video, okay, that will show you how to fill out those documents properly. There again, where can you get that? But I want you to see the documents first. I want you to have the ability to look at them and judge them for yourself. And if you already are part of the industry, or if you've been a part of the industry before, you may look at those documents and not need any training in that video. You might be able to say, hey, I know exactly what to put here, okay? So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I'm sitting down, I've got this step-by-step guide. It's got the 5 steps. It's going to guide me. Step 1, Rob, you do this. Step 2, Rob, you do that. Step 3, okay? So now I know exactly the steps I need to take in chronological order so that I can make progress, aggressive progress towards what? My goals that I'm going to be setting here, okay? And on my form, and I have my form, and it says all these areas of importance. For instance, how many people do I want to sponsor? In 90 days, to be honest with you, I should have a realistic chance of sponsoring anywhere from 50 to 100 people. That's me personally, okay? Am I going to be disappointed if I don't sponsor 50 people in 90 days? No, okay? If I only hit 42, I'm not going to beat myself up and say, Rob, that you're a failure. No, there's too many dynamics that go into sponsoring people for me to worry about that. But I got to have a goal, a realistic goal. And a realistic goal of 50 people is very realistic over a 90-day period. That's less than 1 a day. Okay, and you say, well, golly, how can you do 1 a day? Look, when I first started building my business when I was younger, and I would start out, I'd go over for 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden I'd get 5 or 6. And then I'd go a few days and not get any, and then I'd get 6 or 7. Okay, it wasn't like every day I got 1. I started the work. I was consistent in that work. People sometimes take time to make their decision. Sometimes they have to get the money together. Sometimes they have to talk it over with the spouse. There's a lot of dynamics that you can't control or you don't know about. What is your job? To do what? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5. That's it. Okay. And so you remember I talked about in our other video, you love them and leave them. If you don't know what that is, you got to learn that, because love them and leave them means you share the knowledge that you have, you share the opportunity, with them. Hey, this is the company I'm running to. This is what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Here's a financial opportunity, blah, 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 blah. And if they say, well, no, not right now. I've got too many things going on. Okay, dude, I really appreciate it. It was nice meeting you. I really appreciate it. I got to keep moving forward. You got to set the pace. You got to have the urgency, and it can't be fake. When I go and meet somebody, when I was in the building mode, folks, when I set up appointments, my appointments were 30 to 40 minutes apart. And so when I met a person and I was sitting down, let's say at Starbucks, and I was sitting down with them, my music to their ears message is like 2 minutes, period. Okay. And then my whole meeting is over in 15, 20 minutes. If they start asking questions about the product, about the company, about this and that, I tell them up front, look, you know what? I don't know all that information. I'm a professional business builder. I am so sorry. Somebody is calling me. But anyway, the thing is that we have a situation where I know I have 30 to 40 minutes for each appointment. I cannot sit there and goof around, but I'm professional about it up front. I just tell them, say, look, I've got another appointment in 40 minutes. I cannot afford to be, messing around. And that includes me driving to the next appointment. So I need to get right to the point. And I would tell them why, they already know why I'm meeting them. And I'd get to the point, the music to the ears right off the bat. Tell them if they want to learn more about the opportunity, the company and everything, go to the company's website, learn about the product. They have videos and this and that. And then I'd set up my follow-up time. And I would tell them, look, when I do my follow-ups, I'm following up with, 10 to 15 people. And I do it in the evenings, and I don't want to waste people's time. So when I call, please be there at the appointed time, and please be ready to ask any questions that you have. I'll provide what answers I can provide. And then all I ask is that you just make a decision. I have condensed that whole process down to that. When the lead generation site's up and running, they're further along, even more than that. So anyway, the point is I have a very short, very concise, very professional and meeting with people, and it's done on a multiple fronts, because here's why. In order to build the business correctly, you got to have a sense of urgency. 90 days goes by in a hurry. You cannot sit around and wait for people. So when I meet with them and I leave them, I love them. I tell them how nice it is to meet them, that I'm glad that I met them. Hopefully that we can work together down the road. But if we don't, that's okay. I totally get it. No pressure here. Okay, I'm just going to follow up. I'm not going to try and talk you into anything. I just want to get your answer. I want to answer your questions, and then I want you to make a decision. And then I'm moving on. I've got too many people I got to follow up with, and I really don't mean to come across the wrong way. And I'm not going to come across rude. I love people, but I'm a businessman. I've got to get these things done. I got to get this done. I only have 90 days in order to develop the income that I want. And so people get that. When you're honest with them and you're upfront with them, they walk away without second guessing what your motive is, or walk away feeling comfortable that you're not trying to play some undermined game on them, or some kind of mind game, some kind of shih tzu or something. Jiu-jitsu, I think it's called. I screwed that up, didn't I? But anyway, you get the point. There's no shenanigans going on here, and people will feel comfortable with that. And as long as you're honest and upfront and do things with integrity and professionalism, you're going to go a long way in loving people when you leave them. And when you do that, there are people, I told you this the other day, I can't tell you how many times people came back to me or ran into them in the future. And they said, man, I really enjoyed meeting you. Even though it wasn't right at, time-wise at that moment, that meeting's been on my mind, and I want to get back with you. I've got some questions, and I'm kind of leaning towards joining your business. And I always tell them, well, look, there's only so much time to make this kind of money. And if you're going to build this business, you got to maximize the money-making ability that offers. So if you're thinking about getting back, let's do it sooner rather than later, but just give me a call or, text me or email me, whatever. And before we left, I'd either make sure they had my email, or I text my number to them right there on the spot, which included my email. And so that way I had the ability to, once again, love them and leaving a positive impression and impact. And I don't do that to play games with them. I do it because that's who I am, number one, but I also understand that if I do that, I'm treating them as a fellow human being in a respectful way. And then I'm also at the same time putting a big gap between me and my competitors. Because look, whether you like it or not, other network marketers are your competitors. This is a business, okay? And either you're going to get that person or somebody else is. And I can't tell you how many times you sit in the audience at a corporate event and one of your downline looks over and goes, Rob, they joined her. I was waiting for them to get back with me, or I was waiting to talk to them. Timing is everything in life. You know that. Timing is no different here. Okay. And all you can do is what? Step 1, step 2, all the way to step 5, and you'll love them and you'll leave them. Okay. So when you're out there talking to people and you're doing your 10, your job is to move through those 10 as quick as possible, looking for what? The essence of the business is to find the leaders, identify those leaders, sign them up, and work with those leaders. The more leaders you have, the bigger business you're going to have, the more stable it's going to be, the more profitable it's going to be. And the only way you can do that is to go through people as quickly as possible. How do you do that? By setting the urgency right away. How do you do that? By setting the goals in your 90-day goals in a proper fashion that are realistic. And 50 people in 90 days is realistic. And when I put that goal down, that 50 people in 90 days is my goal, I know that when I go out and I meet those 10 people a day, that I got to be quick and proficient, and I've got to be moving on, because I can't afford to wait for somebody to get back with me. I'm looking, as I go through my people, people go, Rob, what are you looking for when you talk to them? I'm looking for an instantaneous yes. Really? Yes. Why? People make decisions? Yes. I'm looking for the people that are ready to make the decision now. I may go through 15 people before one of them says yes. And then the next thing you know, I got 4 or 5 in the next 15 that say yes. And then the numbers start playing out, because see, like I told you in the previous video, I know the numbers. I've done this business enough. I know the numbers. I know how many people I need to talk to. I know that eventually the numbers are going to work with me, but I got to do my part, which is just what? Move through people quickly. Because I'm doing what? Working the numbers. The numbers always work in your favor if you do what? You work the numbers. And how do you know, how does your confidence go up? How do you know you're going to be successful? How is it that you can go from one company to the other? Because I know that if I do my part, the numbers are going to work their magic. I just have to do my part. And the confidence comes from what? I know the numbers. They have proven to me they're going to be my partner. I just have to do my part. Right? Okay, so all that starts where? When Rob, even to this day, even when I tell you I know it in my head, you know what I do? There's power in writing things down. Guys, I do the same thing. If I joined a business today and I was going to start the business building process, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to put my numbers down on those same sheets that I'm sharing with you. I am no different. I'm not a superstar. I have to have focus. I have to know what my numbers are. I put them in my wallet. I kid you not. And I take them with me everywhere I go. I look at them when I get up in the morning. I look at them before I go to bed at night. I look at them 2 or 3 times during the day, because there is power. I'm telling you, there is power. Yes, I know those numbers are on there because I've looked at them so many times, but there's power. And I can't argue with that. It works for me. I don't know if it'll work for you. Maybe you're a superstar. You can do things different than I do. But I understand that I have weaknesses and I've got to keep that focused. And then when I look at my progress sheet that we provide as well, and I see that I've signed 10 people up my first month, I'm excited. And maybe I signed 15 people up my first month. And maybe out of those 15 people, I've already got 2 or 3 really solid leaders that are doing something. They may be at different levels, but they're doing something. They're doing it consistently. They're doing it aggressively. And they're asking me for help and guidance and understanding. Those are leaders. Those are traits of leaders. Okay. And if you don't know, here's some more numbers. I'm not going to get deep into them. But if I've sponsored 15 people my first 4 to 5 weeks, hopefully it's more than that, but you get my point. I'm excited. I'm confident. I see where I have a realistic chance of achieving those 50. But here's what I also know. In the back of my mind, I'm confident and I'm comfortable, and it comes across to my prospects. But here's the thing. You know why I'm that way? Because I know, here's the thing. A third will now, a third will later, a third will never do it. I can't beat those numbers. They are what they are. And it doesn't matter what industry. Look, the business world works in thirds. These numbers apply to many industries, and it's no different here. And what that means is a third of the people you talk to are going to take action right away. Now, a third of those people, let's say 5 people take immediate action. A third of those 5 are going to quit within a week or 2. Okay, and you're going to have 1 or 2, maybe 3 max that are going to continue on past those first couple of weeks. That's the third and the third and the third working again on those numbers, but we won't get into that. That's a story for another day. It's advanced stuff you don't need to know. But I tell you that just to give you an idea that I'm in my head. I know, okay, I've signed up 15 people. I know that 1/3 of those 15 are going to do something now. I know that another third are going a little bit slower. They either got something going on or they don't really fully grasp what their role is or what they need to do. Maybe they got a life challenge that they don't want to share with me. That's okay. I'm here for them. I'm going to love them. They're a part of my business. If they need me, they'll call me and I'm going to be there for them. Okay. I'm not going to do it for them, but I'm going to be there for them. The third and the third and the third is going to work its magic no matter what. What is my job? To go through as many people as quickly as I can. Doing what? Working the numbers. And it's all part of the 90 days. It all started in the 90-day goals. Setting a volume goal. Okay, if I have 50 people realistically, and remember I told you yesterday about the 100 times 100. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. I don't care what language you speak. I don't care what your education level is. If all of us across the world right now pulled out a calculator or pulled up the calculator on our device and we all multiplied 100 times 100, it's going to equal 10,000. There's no debating that. That's factual. So knowing that, if I have 50 I'm going to sign 50 people up, and I know the third and third and third is going to work its magic, I know that basically 5 people out of those 50, maybe a maximum of 10. If it's really good, it'll be more than 10, but that's okay because I know that history has proven that 1 to 3 people will make you wealthy. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm working the numbers, looking for those 1 to 3 people. That's the bottom line. But I got to work the numbers. So I got to put together these people. And I'm putting together a business. And so the 15 people that I have sponsored, 5 of them are going to do something right away, right? And as I continue to work my way towards those 50, those magic numbers are still working. And so I know that a third of the 15 leaders now, and hopefully more, are doing something. And I'm well on my way of setting a foundation that can catapult my business into incredible heights over the next year or 2. Okay. And I know that I have a realistic possibility with sponsoring 50 people in 90 days that I can create 10,000 group volume. And I'm going to tell you, if I don't do more than 10,000 in group volume, then I'll be shocked, okay, in a group like that. Because look, if I sponsor 50 people and 15 of those people are doing the business like I am in an urgent way, and they're doing it with speed, and they're out there aggressively building their business, don't you think they're shooting for 10,000 group volume too? Because they see and understand the value in that, and they see the money that's available if they do that in 90 days, and they're doing a 90-day mini blast because they want that lifestyle, and they know in order to get that lifestyle, their business has to be on autopilot so they can go out on the beach and drink out of the coconuts and never have to worry about anything again. Are you starting to see how all this works together? Do you see why we're teaching the basics? Do you see how the simple things have profound effects on your business? Once again, you're learning about things that no one else teaches you. No one teaches you this stuff. Okay, so here's the thing. I now say, okay, I want to sponsor 50 people. I want to create 10,000 group volume. Out of those 50 people, I want to have 15 active leaders. Okay, and we just talked about that, but that's one of my goals. I want to be X amount pin level. I want to qualify for X amount bonuses. There's no limit to what you can do, but you want to make them realistic. Because if you look at the comp plan, the company that you're with, and you say, if I create 10,000 group volume, and if I have 15 leaders, which means they're at pin levels too, then you should qualify for what? Bonuses, right? Now, I always tell you guys, don't count on the bonuses. Ignore that crap. What you want to do is look at a comp plan and see how much money is going to be deposited into your checking account. The bonuses are just that, bonuses. They're surprises. They're add-ons. And you should celebrate those. You and your family should go out and celebrate your success along the way. And we're going to talk about how not to ignore your family, to have proper balance in this business, and not to put your job in jeopardy. You don't want to do that crap. That's all. That's, those. Don't get me started. I haven't pulled out the red flag yet. Don't get me started. So the bottom line is that, as you can see, this roadmap, which we call a progress sheet and your goal sheet, literally can help set up a foundation that can catapult you to an incredible lifestyle and incredible income sooner rather than later. The one thing you'll never hear from Paul and I is make money fast, get rich fast. Okay. Are you going to be able to have the realistic possibility of creating wealth? Yes. And you can't create wealth overnight. It's not like striking oil. It's not like winning the lottery. Okay. It takes time and it takes effort and it takes doing the right things in a consistent manner to put yourself and your business in a position to do something special. And if you do what we show you, these 5 simple steps, you're going to do exactly that. You're going to set the foundation. And then on top of that foundation, you're going to start pushing that money ball up that hill until it gets to the point where it tips on its own and goes downhill on its own inertia, no longer needing you to push it. And that's where you're just sitting on the beach, anywhere in the world, drinking out of a coconut, with no worries, because you have all the money you could possibly want. Your business doesn't require your presence anymore. You become more of a figurehead than you do an actual business builder. And that's what you want. If you're going to do this business, do it right. Go after the gusto. Really go after the brass ring, the golden apple. Don't waste your time, because as I told you before, it's only that much of an effort between having a small business and a big business. So since you're that close and you're already doing the exact same thing it takes to build a big business, and you're building a small business, why not finish it off? Because once that momentum stops, I'm telling you, it's next to impossible outside of going to a new company to start over again. Okay. If you lose some leaders as you're building, which happens, you know what? That's easy to replace, because you're already in the groove and things are going, and you're like, okay, that really sucks. Sally decided that she wanted to go to another company, and Tom decided that he's going to go in and start his own business over here. And so they've either sold their business or just quit their businesses altogether, and the volume goes away. Or if you're really lucky, they don't dissolve their whole business or sell it. A leader will step up and fill that gap, which is awesome. That's one of the beauties of the business model. But the point is, let's just say they go away totally and the volume goes with it. And you say, well, that really sucks, but you're already in the business mold. You're already in the business groove, and things are kind of coming second nature. You just replace them. It's that simple. Okay. If you keep working the numbers, what are the numbers going to do? They're going to do their part, and they're going to work their magic. So you don't panic in that. But if you're sitting on the beach and that happens, you're kind of like, okay, that sucks. But we'll teach you a way where you can stabilize your business with this proven, very simple, easy to do tactic. But we'll get into that another day. Okay, so this is a pretty short training, if you will, because really you have to have the forms. I've already touched on the things that are on the form. Your number of people you want to sponsor, the number of leaders you want to have, the pin level you want to be at, the group volume you want to create, anyway, you get the point. The thing is, all of that is laid out in front of you. That's your roadmap. You get your butt in gear. You work towards making those goals a reality. Those goals force you to automatically go into the 90-day mini blast mode, business building mindset, and activity level rises up to that mindset. And the next thing you know, you're doing a 90-day mini blast without actually sitting down and saying, I'm going to do a 90-day mini blast, because you got to get your butt in gear in order to achieve those goals. Guess what? You're setting the pace. And what does that mean to your downline? It means they're looking at you going, you know what, Rob's really doing this, and he's doing this, and he's doing that. If I want what he wants, which is what I told him, then I need to do what he's doing, because he's setting the pace, and I want to keep up. I don't want to be left behind. And if that's what it takes to get the results I want, then I need to get my butt in gear. You see, you setting the pace, you having the urgency, you having the speed, which comes naturally in the 90-day mini blast business building mode. You're doing that because you want to achieve your 90-day goals, rubs off on what? Your downline and your other leaders. And that way, if one of them comes up to you and says, Rob, I'm not getting the results that you're getting, but I'm doing the activity, you know the right questions to ask. You know how to help them, because you can go right to, are you doing step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5? How much time are you putting into it? Are you using the music to their ears? You know exactly what to do. Let me see your goal sheet. Oh, well, your goals are way out of line. You can't achieve these in 90 days. That's not possible. No wonder you're not reaching the goals you set. These are unrealistic, guy. Let's back these down a little bit. Okay, you're out there busting your butt and you're really doing great, but no, you're not going. That's not realistic. We can't do that. Okay, what are you doing there? You're saving a leader from burning themselves out and leaving the business because they think they're doing the right thing by setting these high goals, and really they set unrealistic goals. How do you find that out? By doing it yourself, by setting your own goals, having realistic goals. And that's all what we talked about right here. Know and establish your 90-day goals. And I always tell people, you got to be realistic. Look, if you sit down and say, I'm going to create 10,000 group volume in 90 days, that's realistic. If you do consistent, correct business building activity, that is a realistic goal. Especially if you say, I want to have X amount of leaders. Remember, it's all about the leaders. In order to maximize a business comp plan, a company's comp plan, you have to do what? You have to play by their rules. And a lot of the pay plans in this industry have stipulations that if you create X amount of group volume and you personally are doing the right amount of volume, in other words, let's say 100 PV. So Rob's doing 100 PV per month as required by the comp plan. And then Rob's group is doing 10,000 group volume as outlined in the comp plan, and Rob has 15 leaders at different pin levels in his whole group, or he could have them on his front line, whatever. Then Rob has met most of the stipulations of the comp plan. Okay, and I'm going to not only get this really nice check, I may, and chances are great under those conditions, qualify for all these extra bonuses, trips, cars, whatever. How nice is that? So you can see how using these things that I'm talking about as a barometer, if you will, or as a standard when you fill out your forms is a good thing to do, no matter what company you're with, because most companies' comp plans will fit into that mold that I've been sharing with you. Now, as I said, Paul and I have not checked out all the comp plans, but here's the thing. A lot of them, because of laws, and because you can only do so much with numbers without jeopardizing the stability of the company and the financial stability of that company, there's only so many things you can do with a comp plan. There's no shenanigans that can be played with the numbers. Otherwise, smart people like yourself and like me and Paul that look at the comp plan and go, oh, that ain't going to work. That is a pie in the sky. No, I'm out of here. I'm not joining that company because that's not going to work. Okay. And one of the things I told you yesterday in the video, if they're claiming they're going to pay you, they're going to pay out 55% of every dollar, that's okay. But if it starts getting above 55%, then that's got to give you cause for concern. Because once again, as I stated, imagine you giving me and Paul 55, 60, 65 cents out of every dollar you earn. Can you and your family survive on 35% or 35 cents out of every dollar? I would say no. Well, a company can't either. So if they start coming up with all these crazy numbers, you know that there's something amiss there. But that's a story for another day. But I only tell you that because it does fit the context of this particular podcast. So do you guys get it? If you do, give us a thumbs up, okay? Share this video. Let us know. Give us feedback. Do some comments. Give us a thumbs up and hey, this content is hitting home. This content is relevant. This content is exactly what I needed to learn. You guys are nailing it. Please keep it going. We want to hear back from you guys as well. Again, go to our YouTube channel, go to our Facebook page, go to our Twitter account, follow us. There's going to be a lot more content coming out here in the very near future. I'm putting together a lot of things that I'm going to be posting on a consistent basis throughout the day, every day, including the weekends, and giving you guys exposure to things that you've never known. And that way you can go back and watch these videos. There's no way you're going to remember all this. And Paul and I don't expect you to remember all this. But we also understand the importance of doing the basics and doing them right and providing the proper knowledge for you guys so that you can grasp onto it. And the great thing is with these videos and with our training area, our members area, with all the training videos, you have at your fingertips the ability to go back and say, I remember them talking about that, but I can't remember the details. And so you can go back and you can watch it again and take notes. This stuff is powerful. Again, you're not going to get it anyplace else. But we want feedback. And we ask that your help. We can't go out there. It's not ethical for us to go out and share our own videos and give a thumbs up on our own videos and content and postings. We're not going to do that. That's unethical. We want to share this, and we ask that you share with us. So if you'll go out there and give the word out and let people know, hey, you really want to follow these guys. They got a YouTube channel. They're on Twitter, and they're also on Facebook and LinkedIn. TheMLM-Solution. All you have to do is put a hashtag in front of that, TheMLM-Solution. Yeah, that's all you got to do. I've got to put that up. Matter of fact, I'll do that right now. How about that? Live right here. All right. There we go. Ta-da! That wasn't hard, was it? The MLM Solution. If you go to any of the social media platforms, you're going to be able to put that in, and it's going to come up. You can put our name, Rob Cootie. That's all you got to do. As a matter of fact, if I turn this off, I think it comes back. There it is. Hashtag Rob Cootie. All you got to do is that too. And you're going to be able to hashtag Paul Cannon with 2 N's. CANNON, Paul Cannon. You'll find us and you'll find our content. Again, thank you guys so much. God bless you guys in whatever you choose to do in life. We want you to have a positive impact on your life and others as well. The world's a better place when we do those things. And this is our way of having a positive impact on the world. We do many other things, much volunteer work. And we're very, very happy to do that because we love people. We love reaching out and helping in every capacity. And we do that as much as we possibly can. We donate our time and our finances to worthy causes across the globe because we want to help make a difference in this world. And this information sharing is part of that. We love doing it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as we do. Use it, learn it, use it, make a difference in your life and other people's lives. As we close, the beauty of the network marketing business model is this. As you help others, you help yourself. And the biggest reward is helping others. When you see the smile on their face and the tears that comes from people that change their lives financially, because that's the bottom line. They appreciate the friendships, and the friendships become more important than the money. But when you're under duress and when you're trying to find a way out, an honest, legitimate way out, and you're willing to put in the work ethic, but you can't afford to have a second job. You need a home-based business that will allow you to stay home, and yet you want something, you're praying for something, you're begging for something that's honest, that's legitimate, that you can do, that can make a difference financially. Guess what? This business model will do that. And then when you run into somebody that's honest about how to do this business and teach you the right way to do it so that you don't have to worry about it falling apart, guess what? The thing is that now you have a chance to change your life. And that's the important thing, is having that kind of positive impact on somebody. And I appreciate those tears. I appreciate those hugs. And I appreciate the smile on their face. It touches my heart when somebody actually has the ability to change their life through this business, and I was a part of it. You can do the same thing. With that, have a great day. Thank you for your time. We shall see you tomorrow, 11 a.m., same bat channel, same bat place, same bat time. We shall see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Facebook, live, YouTube live. See you guys later. Take care.